conference affair lined up for you today as the Washington Wizards come in for this one. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with partners Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. This game in Houston marks the start of a homestand.
All right. Before we get to the tip-off, always got to do my setups. All right, so let's fight through that screen. No hedge. I'm gonna do moderate because you got Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce doesn't have a good. I say he has a better closeout game. Let's play gap. Now, doing this, I'm not saying he's gonna guard tight. I just know that I have Paul Pierce guarding him. Paul Pierce is not the most mobile. He's 37 years old, and James will create his own shot and attack the basket. So just keep it. Screen, go under. Actually, you know what? Not yet. We're gonna go hard hedge. Trevor Ariza. Since I got Beal on him, we're just gonna be all over Trevor. He can't drive to save his life. Once he puts the ball on the ground, he's a liability. Remember that from last year. Every time he tried to drive, Trevor Ariza, I held my breath because it looked like he was about to lose the ball every single time. So we're gonna stay on him. Definitely go over. He can pretty much shoot from anywhere, so we're just gonna keep it auto. All right, this is where it gets interesting. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna do it on catch. We're gonna front Dwight. Let's see. I'm gonna be on him, so stay close to him. Let me go back to Josh. Be tight on him off ball. Do the same thing for Dwight. Well, more like if Dwight's gonna get it down low, so just stay close to him. Terrence Jones, Corey Brewer. See, I tend to keep the subs at auto until they come in and do something. But I already know Jason Terry. Where more than likely he's gonna be guarded by Wall so I want moderate on him. I don't know about the rest of these guys. All right, let's go.
For the Rockets, this is a team in search of an identity. They've dropped 7 of their last 8, and they have looked completely out of sync.
Well, in this league, the road is always tough on a team, Kevin. And anytime you get a chance to get home, you feel confident that you can stop any bleeding. And that's what this team is looking to do. Being at home, some home cooking, maybe they'll get things turned around.
And hopefully their fans embrace them and have some patience rather than getting on their case if things continue to go poorly for them.
Good.
So more than at any other time, this is when they need their fans.
And now Washington's starting group. Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. Nene down low with Gortat. And it's Pierce in at the small forward. Now here is Gortat. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Josh Smith.
Right off the bat.
Now Beal. He's coming off a 19-point game against Boston. Gortat with the screen for Wall. Clock at 4, and Beal kicks to Pierce, and Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs
they're being aggressive on the perimeter.
And Beal kicks to Wall. Outside Pierce. 5 on the clock. The 10-footer. Washington needs to get a shot off here. There's Beal with the 3. That is good. Beal's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You know, you look at the teams with the best three-point shooting last year, and some usual suspects emerge at the top.
Good defense. Let's go.
The Wizards are right up there with some of the elite three-point shooting teams.
Nothing there.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. That's good.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Yeah, the Rockets better play defense.
A slow start here for Houston in this one. 6-point game.
I see that as Paul Pierce allows that to happen.
Last season, Steve in the top 5 in the league shooting percentage from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they were very balanced. I mean, they didn't rely on threes a lot, but they were able to space the floor and punish teams inside or out, and that's what led that team to that playoff run last year.
Here's Nene. James Harden picking up that last basket. 4 on the shot clock. That's tipped. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Now they're playing defense. That's good to know.
In the league. 5th best, the Rockets.
You know what? As a group, they've been very effective. It's not one guy just crashing the boards. It's a total team effort and a team attitude with this group. That's why they rank amongst the league leaders in rebounding.
Beverly with the ball. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Kicks to Harden. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harden's got his second basket of the night.
Looks like he might be on his game today, Clark.
Now here's Wall, defended by Beverly. Beal from long range. The shot is off. The Rockets go the other way with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, Kevin, they would have had to be sensational defensively to compensate for their lack of offense in that game.
Yeah, and you know what, Steve? I don't think they're built to play those kind of low-scoring, grinded-out games. They weren't that.
There we go. Good rebound.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Wall attacking.
There it is. Way to attack.
Weak defensive coverage there, and I'm pretty sure
If Beverly stood no chance of playing defense. All right, here we go.
Now here's Beverly. Harden outside. Smith with a screen on Pierce. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot.
Wow. Okay.
Coming his way. So it'll be James Harden shooting. That's on Paul Pierce. You can see the leadership qualities on display right there, guys.
It's all about communication, Kevin. You can't have too much of that.
All right, so I already know what I'm doing now.
Leading, trying to gather his guys together.
Well, I agree with all of that. I mean, when you're talking about orchestrating your offense and defense, that requires a lot of communication, understanding where people need to be and what everybody is doing right. And if mistakes are being made, those things have to be pointed out as well.
Now here's Wall. He's coming off a 31-point game against Boston.
Yeah, no question. You look at his assist totals. I mean, they tell you what a nice job he was doing. Really spreading that ball around.
Nene up top, covered by Smith.
Oh, come on, Nene. You got it.
Cannot hit. The Rockets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. The pass to Harden. Good on the basket. Booking. Harden's got 10 points.
I don't
And
think
just
they can
like
ask
that.
much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Washington trailing. Here is Wall. Averaging 22 points a game. Nene setting the pick for Wall. And there's the call on Howard.
Damn.
That is his first foul of the game.
They tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
All right, somebody come out here.
Now, here is Gorchak. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. 6 on the shot clock. The fadeaway. Wall's shot is off.
That was a bad.
Dwight Howard, 3-time.
I don't know if that was more like bad shot selection or.
Dominant defensive presence with his size and athleticism, and of course a big-time presence on the glass.
Now here is Howard. 20 points for him last game against the Spurs. And
3 seconds?
And a huge rebounding night as well, really controlling the glass.
And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
What?
Almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
That's bullshit. I blocked that straight up, even though he got fouled.
Rim protector, but a rim deterrent.
You know, that reputation he has really does cause players to think twice about
That was pure
to
bullshit.
go up and over Dwight Howard.
It was a straight up block shot.
That free throw good from Trevor Ariza.
All right.
Trevor Ariza last season with perhaps the best campaign, Steve, in his 10-year career.
Yeah, he played
Change
starters
our-
minutes, shot a career-high three-point percentage. I think a lot of it, Kevin, was just the combination of playing with good bigs and then also John Wall's emergence as a great point guard. Ariza had a lot of open looks last year.
I'm gonna pull some baseline. Actually, keep it auto.
You could say that Ariza was in a
And double
contract,
drive.
looking for a new contract, playing for a new
Because
contract.
we're gonna keep that same matchup. I just
Point
wanna.
percentage for 3 straight seasons. It seems he's put in the work to really solidify that part of his game.
Actually, no. They tight on and then back off of him as soon as he gets the ball. That'll definitely help Pierce a little bit. Let's check on energy levels. All right, we're doing good. Oh yeah, I called a timeout pretty much early. It's not my time. Usually not the time that I sub any players. Points of emphasis. Okay, everybody, we're good. We're just gonna stay the course. See what happens. Just one adjustment.
Already we're in December. Take a look at the Mavericks. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in the #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, Houston, 9.5 games behind.
Right now for the Rockets, they performed at a level well below what I thought they were capable of. I mean, I expected a much, much better showing out of them.
You're not the only one who thought that, Clark. I mean, even if they weren't going to be an elite team, I think most people felt.
Oh, I didn't like the fact I got sucked into that one.
They are really struggling.
And stolen by Howard.
First turnover. Stay there. Stay there.
The drive. That's good.
Damn.
Harden's got 12.
He still bodied him.
And Ariza has always been great shooting threes from the corners, but he's diversified a bit. Last season, the highest total of three-point makes in his career.
Now here's Wall. Nene setting the pick for Wall. Into Nene. And stolen by Howard. Harden the pass to Beverly. Just his first attempt. Rebound, Washington. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And guys, had their free throw shooting been anywhere near up to par, I think it would have changed everything in that game.
No doubt about it. I mean, there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line. It infiltrates other parts of your game.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Knocked away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession.
The past few weeks, let's see how Washington stacks up. First in fewest turnovers per game. Third in opponent field goal percentage.
We're good.
You know, they also show up in the top 5 in opponent scoring. That's a good number, and that's a good place to be as a team in that statistical category.
And what's
Damn.
most impressive out of all those numbers, Clark, is the few turnovers that they commit. Because now all of a sudden you're executing, you're putting a lot of pressure on the defense because they know they're not going to force a lot of steals and get out in transition to find easy points.
Ariza outside.
No, you're not releasing that.
Pass to Harden. He dishes it to Beverly. Puts up a 3. The rebound by Gortat.
Good. It wasn't a reason that got the open
Gortat's
shot.
got
All
3
right.
rebounds so far in the game. Gortat with a screen on Harden. Wall dishes to Pierce.
Oh.
They need this one. Rebound by Smith.
That's what I get for hesitating.
And here's Beverly. Looking for his first basket still in this one.
All right. Nope.
Into Smith.
Good switch. Good switch.
Here's Howard. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
I'm mad that we did not come down with that.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A score breakdown for the Rockets.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Well, Dwight Howard, one of the more criticized stars over the past few seasons. He says he's motivated by his critics, and he's had more than a few. Howard playing with a chip on his shoulder. He feels he has a lot to prove.
Porter's checked in for Pierce. Good on the second free throw.
All right. 8-point game.
Wizards trail by 8. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively.
All right.
They desperately need a
All right,
basket.
Wall.
And Wall kicks to Beal. He feeds it to Nene. Tries from the block. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And for Dwight in Orlando, I think he might have done some things differently. But Los Angeles was a tough situation.
We got to get to the
not
line.
really of his making. That was created by external forces, I think. And once he did decide to leave, it got worse. And really was beyond his control in many ways. His toughness was questioned. His basketball IQ kind of became a personal attack on him, which wasn't quite fair. It's a little bit, you know, I can understand why he might hold the grudge.
First one falls for him. And for Dwight Howard, there are always going to be ruffled feathers when you leave a city behind. Certainly that was the case in Orlando and Los Angeles.
Yeah, and there may have been some indecision as well that led to that media frenzy. The story just wouldn't go away. But I think
Good. There's the Rockets bear in the background.
With an up-and-coming team, in a good city, in a comfortable environment with a good young talent base around him.
And both free throws good for Nene.
Nene, a 6'11" Brazilian big man, strong, he's quick-footed with a nice touch. He's a quality two-way player. And for him, as is the case with a lot of players, it's about
People
health.
tied in there.
Over the course of his 12-year career, he's missed almost a third of available games due to injury.
And now the first timeout called here for the
I'm always going to
Rockets.
keep that in mind.
You talk about Nene's troubles at times staying on the court, Steve. Some say he's unwilling to play through pain.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the case. You know,
You know, technically, I can have that preset. I'm not going to go with the preset option because it could throw some things off. Alright. Trying to figure out. Okay, we're good for Reza. He's not doing anything. Harden has been.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Nene. Here's Beverly. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Screen by Howard. Howard with a screen on Beal. Harden the pass to Howard.
Oh, no. Okay.
Passes it to Harden. Pocket 6. Off target from
There we
outside.
go.
Wizards trail by 6. Outside, Wall. This is to Beal. Three-pointer.
Get in there.
And so Wall with the assist.
There we go.
9 points here for Beal.
Well, he's been working hard to get good looks, and it's paying off for him early.
Now Beverly.
Yeah, buddy.
Pass to Harden.
Oh! Yes.
Harden right side. Good.
Damn.
Harden's got 14 points for the game.
It looked like he was going for that backdoor.
Him hitting 75% from the field on 8 attempts. For those of you that are struggling with math, he's 6 of 8.
Wow.
Wall dishes to Beal. And Wall kicks to Beal. Doubled by Howard. Beal the pass to Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. Fires the 3. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
The fact that they went to double Beal early, that's actually weird, but
of facing a player who is athletically gifted like John Wall. He told me that staying in front of him with a solo defender is near impossible. So we'll try to lull him into traps and get him taking shots that he doesn't feel comfortable taking.
And thank you, Doris. Over to the wing. Porter kicks to Wall. Gortat with the screen for Wall. Shoots a fader. Beal gets a wide open look. Knocks down the ball. Beal's got 12.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
Great decision on my part.
Everly with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Ariza has the open look. And that's a foul. Called on Bradley.
What?
That is his first foul.
They called me for over the
I
back?
gave the officials no choice there. Easy call, went right over the top.
Yeah, he's got to go straight up when he's
Keep
under
our
the
guys
boards.
in there, because now at least we're in striking distance, so we're going to keep our guys in there.
That's a foul.
Jason Terry's in the game. Corey Brewer's been guarded by Beal.
Jones. The feed to Brewer. Papanicolo, the pass to Brewer.
Oh no, Wall! Why'd you leave him?
Terry's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Wizards trailed by 5. Here's Wall. Gortat with a screen on Terry. Wall dishes to Gortat. Shot is off. And it's Houston the other way. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
Remember, they won both games against this club last season, which was, I think, one of the highlights of the year.
Now here's Terry. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Brewer. And a miss there on the triple.
All right, let's go.
Washington has gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. And Wall kicks to Gortat. Outside for Beal. Now here's Porter. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shot clock at 5. He kicks it to Beal. Beyond the arc. Here's Gortat. And he banks
There it is. Good job. Way to get the rebound.
Rewarded with the easy putback.
A lot of passing, a lot of weaving on that
Steve was
one.
talking about this moments ago about the sweep. And not easy to do, certainly, when you take on an opponent, when you know. And even if it's just a 2-game series like this one is, and it won't be any easier this year, I don't think, either.
No, it won't. I mean, we can be pretty certain, Kevin, that both of these teams are going to be
so much for our limited perimeter defense.
The games between
Trying to
them
limit perimeter
be hard
defense.
fought
All
and
right.
tough.
So it's Washington now, following the 3 by Houston that went. Outside, Wall. Kicks it to Humphries. 6 to shoot.
There it is.
Coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 4 assists in the game.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody
The fact that
picked
they're
up the
coming
shot.
with these doubles, they try to stop the pick and roll. They are trying to stop the pick and roll with the ice, so I got to watch out and just anticipate that that's what they're doing.
To the paint. Over to the wing.
Oh,
All alone. He squares up and sinks it.
they got me with that one.
You threaten the defense inside and then find the open man on the outside. Good offense.
All right.
And here's Wall. 1 second left. Got it off in time, but it's no good.
Gee.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Rockets lead by 6. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
So I know what I gotta do. Definitely gotta limit our turnovers.
It's a special New Year's Eve NBA celebration. Al Jefferson and the Charlotte Hornets take on James Harden and the Houston Rockets this Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
It was a pretty solid first quarter for this club. They limited their mistakes and really took advantage offensively.
You know what? I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways. That's excellent pressure and good activity with the hands.
All right, here we go.
Wizards trail by 6. All fuel to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Houston, you've got Terrence Jones. Corey Brewer is out there with Terry. Then it's Smith, and it's Papanicolo in at the 3 spot. Brewer with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. And a foul on the shot.
Wow, really?
Well, you know, not everybody was happy with Dwight Howard's signing in Houston. The Rockets starting center, Amir Ashik, was not shy about expressing his displeasure. And, you know, I think that hung over the team for a while. It wasn't until late in the season that was kind of put to rest.
Houston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one falls for Brewer.
And that's the difference. They're shooting free throws and we're
The
not.
Rockets tried starting Dwight Howard and Ashik together, but it didn't last.
Well, it worked defensively, Kevin, but on offense there just wasn't enough floor spacing. So from that point on, Kevin McHale would only use that combination against certain matchups. But for the most part, he went with a smaller format.
Brewer hits them both.
As good as the Wizards season was last year, they still had trouble with teams from the West. In fact, only 11 wins in 30 games for them last season.
Here's Temple, and Wall kicks to Porter. Back to Wall. Pass to Porter. It's rebounded by Houston. And a lot of teams out in the East struggle with the West, but it's an area where, Clark, the elite East teams perform better than 11 wins.
Yeah, and if Washington wants to take that next step of getting to be a top 3 team in the East, they've got to be a lot tougher against the West. And something around the 500 mark in terms of wins would get them there.
And so it's Washington
All right,
with
here
it,
we go.
following the miss by Terry from deep. Here's
They are not allowing that play to even start.
Sure will change. Porter in the corner. The Wizards with another miss. Rockets leading by 8. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. And Brewer kicks to Terry. Into Smith. Back to Terry. Houston moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. 16 feet away. No good off the back of the rim.
There we go.
And a nice job there defensively, just getting a hand up enough to bother the shot.
Yeah, that was very nice. Impressive. It made it a much more difficult shot.
Oh, come on.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. A guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Now, here's Brewer. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. To the inside. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
They set the pick. And Wall. Here we go now.
There we go.
Right to the cup using that screen.
Well, finally, it's nice to see the ball actually go through the hoop.
Exactly.
That always makes a game look better. I mean, it's been ugly so far here, but hopefully
They
shot
called
making will
time.
improve the looks of this one.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
One thing with the Rockets that makes them so explosive is just how efficient they are in transition. They rarely miss out on an opportunity when they have a chance to put the defense on its heels.
Getting an A. Oh, Walton's not ready to come back yet. Butler, we gotta get some shots knocked down by anybody other than Bradley Beal. We are not knocking down our shots. And they're doing a good job playing defense. I know initially I started out pretty good. See who they come with.
Two changes. Dwight out. He's checked in for Joe.
All right, Dwight's back
Harden
in.
comes in for Corey Brewer.
Harden's back
and it's
in.
Patrick Beverly in for Jason Terry. Nene, he's checked in for Washington. Sewell Butler comes in for Porter.
All right, you're gonna have to play defense now.
Wizards on D. And Beverly kicks to Harden.
There we go.
This is off the front iron. Wizards trail by 6. Outside Butler for 3. That one goes. Count.
Thank you. A man in his face. That's what I need him to do.
The Rockets have gone 0 of 4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs
He's on.
Here's Beverly.
Damn.
Footer. Beverly's got his first 2 points.
Double mouth.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Now here's Wall, defended by Beverly. And Wall. Here we go now. Smith against Nene.
There we go.
Again with the bucket.
Aggressive with Nene. Let's go.
Now Beverly. Right now averaging
See if we can
5
expose
points a game.
Smith.
Smith with a screen on Wall. Smith sets the pick for Harden. Beverly the pass to Smith. 4 on the clock. And
Yeah, Smith ain't hitting that
Well, there was
3.
no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Right side Wall.
Oh.
Fades away. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Howard's got his 5th rebound.
I had that nice little
He just
cross
hasn't
up.
looked right to me a bit.
Oh.
Out of sorts, if you
Looked
will.
like he traveled to me.
His mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Now here's Wall. He dishes it to Seraphin. That's good.
There it is.
That's just a case of
That's what we was hoping for, right? Something
perfectly
like that.
together. One setting the screen,
Might have to eventually
the other
take
using
Wall
it to
out.
get that separation.
He can't be in there the whole time.
This is it to
Oh.
Howard. The rim rattling two-handed jam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, he's sensing this is a critical time in this game, guys.
Now here's Wall. He feeds it to Butler. Nene dishes to Butler. Right side, Butler. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws.
Good take.
Right there.
Good take. We needed that.
Washington's turnaround last year was in part in how they played on the road.
Yeah, they went from being a joke on the road, a non-factor really in 2013.
Needed Butler for
One
that
of the better
take.
road teams in 2014. As a matter of fact, in the playoffs, they blitzed the Bulls on the road in that first round series.
Good point. He's off on the first.
A big 15-win difference for the Wizards on the road between 2013 and how they ended last year. It really was the catalyst for them getting into the playoffs.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Beal comes in for Garrett Temple. And Miller's subbed in for John Wall. And he's
There we go. Get in there.
And in the playoffs, you saw how good Washington can be on the road as the Wizards were able to go into Chicago to get wins in that series as well as take road wins away from Indiana.
Now here's Beverly. Smith with a screen on Miller. Houston moving the ball around. To the right side. Papani Colau. Beal pulls it in.
Well, if this game...
Yes, and that's 2 on Howard. That's actually going to work
they'll
out.
be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
Okay.
The Wizards have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told.
All right.
Miller outside.
See, I don't like that.
The dish to Beal. 5 to shoot. The shot.
There we go. Good take.
Back to even. Beal's got 14 points.
Boy, he's so good at recognizing
Slowly just battled our way back in
getting
here.
the ball to the rim.
He is just playing good, smart defense, not just
With the
defense.
ball. Dishes it to Harden.
He is left-handed.
Good. It's Harden with the assist that
He
time.
lobbed it right over
Miller's
top.
got 4 points this quarter.
The defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
Now here is Miller. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And he gets it to go.
There we go.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed
They're
him up.
playing tight on my perimeter guys. They're trying to stop it's trying to stop all types of open shots.
Harden right side. The feed now to Howard.
Okay, you got that.
Knocks it loose. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
A moment here now to take a look at some of the numbers for Howard. 7th in blocks, 12th in rebounding. And there aren't too many guys more efficient offensively around the league. He's in the top 15 in field goal percentage.
You know, Steve, he's doing what very few players in the league are really capable of, and that's impacting games through his low-post defensive presence. And he's one of the best shot blockers in the game in terms of his ranking, so no surprise.
Come on,
The
dude.
Rockets making a switch here. Ariza's checked in, and then for Washington, Gortat's checked in for Kevin Serafin, and it's Pierce in for Rasul Butler. Howard kicks to Harden. Howard against Miller.
Wow.
The pass to
Huge.
Beverly.
Okay. Stay right here. Stay right here.
Now
Stay.
the pass to Harden. The Rockets again can't hit.
There we go.
He hit a 3 in the
Take
first,
advantage.
but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
All right, let's see.
On the wing, Miller. Defended by Beverly. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Andre Miller
Beverly in the
does not
post.
take the ball on the floor, but he's not really a long-range shooter, so he needs the ball in his hands to be effective in your offense.
I think if we just keep taking it to the Rockets instead of settling for jump shots, I think we'll fare better that way.
Passers we've had in the league in a long time.
There we go.
He is truly a point guard. Thinks and feels the game as a quarterback.
Andre Miller with 15 seasons under his belt. He says he thinks he could play until he's 40. And I'll tell you, with his style of play, it doesn't seem like a stretch. He's low to the ground. He plays with a craftiness that really doesn't require a ton of speed.
Both free throws good for Miller.
And Andre Miller is really a crafty ball handler. It's amazing the numbers he's produced over his career without being a high flyer, without being super fast. What he is highly skilled, smart, tough, durable, uses changes of speed. And the strength he has served him well as a post-up guard and also being able to...
That's good. We're keeping Howard outside.
Updated from the sideline. Let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, we all know James Harden, one of the league's leading scorers at the free throw line. Coach McHale has said when he's able to play downhill before the defense gets set, he's just a handful.
Good
He's
block.
a great finisher, a great free throw shooter, and he's got a knack for getting fouled. Guys, Harden is fast, strong, and so sneaky with that sweep-through move.
He lives at the line, Doris. Thanks. Now here's Beal. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Outside Pierce. Shot clock at 6.
Right.
Distance. And
Ew.
not even close. And Steve, you talk about Miller's strength and his receptiveness. One of the best post-up point guards in the
I went
NBA.
from
The best over the course
the
of his
worst
career.
possible
He's got
shot
that
in the
big
world.
shot from the mid-post.
All right.
Unbelievable
Bring Wall
footwork,
back in.
spin moves. He's got all the tricks in his book. James Harden with the most famous beard in the NBA. In fact, he leaves his barber in charge of trimming it, so you can give him all the credit or maybe the blame, depending on how you look at it.
Harden no good on the free throw.
All right.
In Harden, a relatively quiet demeanor. Some have even said moody, but clearly he's embraced his new leading role in Houston.
And he says as much himself. He looks at the Rockets.
Oh, I thought that
and
was
you can see it in
falling.
his demeanor on the court. With that leadership comes responsibility, and I think he's ready to continue to step up. He's been one of their more reliable options today.
We're not trying to have him
Shooting has led
go on
them to
any
this
type of run.
Washington calls timeout.
Patrick Beverly is absolutely a hound dog defensively. He's got so much pit bull in him and how he goes about defending people in their guard spot. He's not a big playmaker or scorer. He's basically a three-point shooter and a defensive specialist.
Couldn't come in and stretch people out. Okay, matchups. Yeah, we're going small in that department.
Wizards making a switch here. It seems like every shot these guys have been putting up has been going in. This month's top shooters, third John Wall.
It's hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has been. I mean, he's on fire right now.
Washington's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And Patrick Beverly, a nice find for the Houston Rockets, makes an ideal pairing with Harden in the backcourt.
Yeah, he sure does, Kevin, because he's tough, he's defensive-minded. He's a good complement to Harden, and I think any team in the league would love to have him just because of that toughness and that competitive desire.
And the basket by Pierce.
Not what they drew up, but they'll take the 2 points.
Step back shot.
Houston's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Beverly dishes to Howard. It's stolen by Wall. In transition, here come the Wizards. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal. All
there it is.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And it's the Rockets with the ball after the basket by Washington. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And the offense is getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layups. Earn it from the line.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Rockets not hitting their free
of
throws.
course, at the forefront or vanguard as far as advanced analytics go. Some in the NBA have scoffed, but hey, they're doing something right.
The Rockets
lots of headbands in this game.
Jones is checked in. And he's good on the second. And as you guys know, the Rockets at the forefront technology-wise, too. You see coaches with electronic tablets.
Well, they installed flat-screen monitors in the locker room, highlighting stats and videos for players. So, you know, they're trying to close the loop and create that line of communication between the numbers crunchers and the players themselves.
The kick out to Wall. Wizards passing it around. Humphries sets a pick for Wall. Now Humphries inside. Good work defensively by
come on, he's right there.
Now Beverly. He kicks it to Harden. Shoots the 3. That's good. Beverly's got 6 points in the quarter.
Starting to get a little momentum here after that scoreless first quarter.
Washington's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Picked by Humphries. There's a screen. Kicks it to Beal.
Nothing there.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Thank you. And gotcha.
The Wizards have hit most of their free throws tonight. 5 of 6.
Good. Get this one. Maintain possession.
And the technical free throw is good.
John Wall is 6'4", with a 39-inch vertical leap and long arms to boot, is an elite physical specimen when it comes to the point guard position.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Brewer comes in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Wall. He has 5. From outside the arc. And Jones pulls it down. And Wall, a blur, guys, in the open court. Perhaps, Steve, perhaps the fastest player in the league end-to-end. He is devastating in transition.
Yeah, he's so tough to stop around the rim, even in the half court. But when he gets ahead of steam going, he can get into the lane and then finish with either hand. So, man, he is tough to stop.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game.
I got him.
Wall against Terry. Feeds it to Jones. Pass to Brewer. He dishes it to Terry. All sorts of time. Chris Humphries comes up with the rebound. Here's Wall. No time to beat the buzzer. And the first half.
Try to drop that one.
Rockets ahead, up by 1. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
It's been a back and forth affair.
What do you need to do in the second half as a team to come away with this win tonight?
First 5 minutes is going to be big for us. We got to go out with the same intensity and energy that we did in the second quarter. We got to withstand it for 2 more quarters and hopefully come out with a win.
Josh, thanks for the time. Good luck in the second half. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
Also got to remember, there's a game the next night, so I need to be careful how I play my guys. Damn, Isaiah Thomas probably downloaded by the Suns. That's crazy.
To more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, he was on a mission there in the first half, just trying to get into the lane every time.
Yeah, I think
aggressive attacking basketball at its very best.
All right, this looks like
and Washington has
this is
possession.
going to be.
Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. And that game will be game 2 of 5 out on the road.
I know I'll be looking out for the final score in that Mavericks game. It'll be close, I think.
So the Wizards 5 right now. Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. Here's Nene filling up the forward spots. And it's Gortat in at the 5. Now here's Beverly. Following the miss by John Wall. Here's Howard. That one rolling around and rims out. And Wall kicks to Beal, dishes it to Gortat. And the goal, no good.
I think that's the animations that people tend to hate in 2K, because he would have just taken that straight to the basket, but the animation just played out way too long. Cost me a basket.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Now here's Wall. Here's Nene.
Sit down.
Straight down. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But
yeah,
through
kind
the
of saw that one.
Pretty soft D. I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, this summer, the Rockets lost Omer Asik, Jeremy Lin, and Chandler Parsons, but failed to add a big-name free agent. Coach Kevin McHale admitted, we had a disappointing free agency, to be honest with you. We'll have flexibility next year, but flexibility doesn't score. You don't like to lose talent. That's always a tough save. Guys?
We'll see how they bounce back, Doris. Thanks. For the past few seasons, the Wizards have been making trades almost every season, but they stuck with their roster last year, and Clark, it paid off.
It sure did, Kevin. You can see how they continue
Speaking
to grow
of trades,
really tight-knit,
so far I'm thinking about a couple of moves. I had posted a couple on Twitter. Thinking about moving Andre Miller and possibly, I forgot who the other possibility was.
And some stability for this franchise, which had seen some ups and downs over the past few years. Nice to have a foundation for the Wizards to build off of.
Now here's Wall. He's got 5. Looking to end his cold spell. And you can count
it is.
With a chance to make it 3.
Get Smith in foul trouble.
Play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude. And if you look at how Washington has set themselves up, the Wizards should be in a good place for a long time. I mean, they only have to make some minor adjustments to the roster as they have the major pieces in place, particularly that backcourt. John Wall, Bradley Beal, that's a keeper of a backcourt for a long time.
Here's Beverly. 10 points for him. Harden kicks to Smith. A great one.
Damn! Rest in peace, Gortat.
Well, he took that defender head on and threw down the two-hander power jam.
Great power there, guys.
Well, you gotta love his determination.
Now here's Wall. He's got 8. Pass to Beal.
Oh, he was waiting for that.
Back to Wall. 6 to shoot. For the lead. Shot no good. And Houston the other way now. Harden the pass to Ariza. And Beverly kicks to Harden.
That's not.
He feeds it to Smith. And he drops it in.
Damn, that was good defense. He just made a heck of a shot.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Outside, Wall. Nene setting the pick for Wall. There's the dish to Nene. The shot is off.
See, that's what I don't understand about 2K's low post system. It's just, you got shots down low, they should be falling, especially if you're right there.
And now you take their confidence away. You can really take control of this game.
Now here's Wall. Harden missing his last shot. Pierce dishes to Beal. Pass to Wall. Fades. Bounces high at the rim and drops. Wall's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
That's the frustrating thing about shots down low in 2K. Is that they do not fall like they're supposed to. I had a wide open layup and it just doesn't fall. Okay. Alright, we still got Pierce on hard. I'm gonna go right back. I'm trying to conserve Pierce. Ariza is not moving that much unless he cuts. Keep that there.
Over the last 10 games, as we look at the Rockets, this is how they compare to the rest of the league. Second in blocks, 6th in rebounding. And they're in the top 10 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals.
Man, Clark, let's talk about those blocks because
pick and roll.
What that does, when you're a guard and you've got great shot blockers behind you, it allows you to play with more aggressiveness on the perimeter, and that can really disrupt an offense.
Now, here's Beverly. He's got 10. Tries again. Rejected by Wall. They retain possession. Howard draws the double. Dishes to Beverly. Into Smith. Howard trying to free himself up. Smith, no luck.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Beal gets a wide open look. Here's Gortat. Can't tie it up.
Wow, really?
For Houston, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Stolen by Pierce. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Wall with the ball. Oh,
knew that was coming.
And feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it's
Showtime.
the game, Clark. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, we're right back to even.
Here's Beverly after the made shot from Bradley Beal. It's Harden with the drive. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Harden's got 20.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Here's Wall. The shot misses. Harden with the defensive effort. For Houston, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Smith outside.
Nope, no. There we go.
Ariza against Pierce. Howard in the post. Count it. And
What? They gave that? Oh, wow.
Just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
Houston making a switch. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Houston.
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
Gortat never really felt at home in Phoenix, it seemed, but he got a lot of his bounce back to his step when he was traded to the Wizards, where he was really a great fit alongside that young backcourt.
Now here's Pierce. Right now averaging 11 points a game. 6 to shoot. Wall sends a screen for Nene.
See? Like,
Pierce the pass to Gortat. Pierce kicks to Wall.
oh.
Back to Pierce from past the arc.